Okay, let's do this review of Raw because honestly, this show really did suck tonight. Okay, this show was bad. It was very, 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 very bad. Mostly. Okay, most of it was bad. Okay, what do I have to say about Monday Night Raw? Honestly, I'm not even gonna try to go long on this one, just given how this show went on. Let's see here. We kicked it off with Alexa Bliss with her whole moment of bliss thing, or moment of piss and whatnot, which she invited Randy Orton and basically said that's her favorite superstar around. Orton came out. Then basically, the last time I agreed to be on here and whatnot, it was a lot of, McIntyre coming in and whatnot. But Orton, as he just stood in the ring, Bliss basically said, I see you're in a foul mood. What happened last week? You should be in a good mood and everything. And with the Fiend distracting Orton last week, with AJ getting the win over him, Bliss said that, she couldn't believe what the Fiend did to Orton and was wondering what the Fiend did to her and what's happened to her now. And Orton says, I know Bray Wyatt very well, but I haven't been formally introduced to the Fiend yet. And Orton went on to saying he's found his vulnerability before, and he burned it to the ground. Yes, we have seen that. Randy Orton did burn down the Sister Abigail like 3-4 years ago, and it was. I will say when he did set on fire, that still did look cool and whatnot. I think he had to kill it 2 times though. Orton went on to say that he needs to find the Fiend's vulnerability, and basically he looked at Alexa Bliss and I looks like I have. And then Bliss went on to say, who's really manipulating who? And, when the Fiend started to come in, Orton said, see what I mean? And then Bliss even said herself, see what I mean? The lights went out, and then the Fiend was in the ring. Orton basically had Alexa Bliss in his arms then, almost like a shield, I guess, or something, which the Fiend kept saying, give her back, it looked like. And Orton basically walked over Bliss and handed her to Wyatt, and then got the ring saying, who's laughing now, huh? Who's laughing? Who was really laughing in this segment? What, Bliss, I think? I think she was laughing, because I'm like, well, I know Wyatt's not laughing. You can't tell, he's got a mask on, and I'm wondering, Orton, he could have just RKO'd her, and that could have, been the weakness and just take her out right there, but I guess he's playing mind games or something, or, I don't know where they're going with this in a way, okay? If we're playing mind games here, you could just RKO'd her if she's the weakness to him. Honestly, I don't really want to see another Orton and Wyatt feud after what happened last time. Come on, have we not forgot about WrestleMania a few years ago with the cockroaches or the House of Horrors match? That was a god-awful attempt of the final deletion. Let's not go back to that. Yeah, I don't really want to see another feud with these two. I don't. And what's odd is that both of these guys are heels. Who's really the face in this predicament here? Wyatt's a heel. Orton's a heel. So it's a heel versus heel. Who's the face? Who do you cheer for in this? Think about that. Who do you actually cheer for in this whole thing? Do you cheer for Orton, who's been a sadistic heel for months? Or you cheer for Wyatt, who's been a heel, taking everybody down with this mandible claw and, being the unstoppable force. I can hit you with, 100 finishers, but you still kick out at one. So, yeah, who's really the face in this whole thing? I don't know. I don't really want to see this feud, okay? I think I figured out why they took the belt off Orton, even though they've done it 3 times to survive the series. I don't think they wanted to have Orton versus Wyatt for the title and have Wyatt win the belt from him, because then, come on, if Wyatt had the belt, he would have lost it in the next defense anyway. So I think now I just kind of figured out why they took the belt off of Orton. Jeff Hardy went against Elias in a Symphony of Destruction match. This is the 3rd one they've done. Elias's 3rd one, which at one point the Grand Piano was out there, and who's in the piano? R-Truth. Next thing you know, the Mod Squad. Gulak, Rowan, Tozawa, Metalik, which I think Hardy and Elias took down 2 of those guys and whatnot before they went back to hitting each other with guitars. I don't know, Jeff Hardy did a whisper in the wind and got hit by a guitar in midair. You got the bottom roped in, and I know at one point Elias thought he was going to hit him with a piece of guitar, but he electrocuted himself, which I don't know what the whole electrocution thing was. Then Hardy hit him with the giant Coachello thing. That was called a Concello, or whatnot after he got electrocuted. And then we get to the most dangerous spot of the entire night, which I cringed a little when this happened. Jeff Hardy does a swanton bomb off of the top rope to the outside of the ring, hits Elias on the table, and I swear to God that this guy hit his head on the back of the steel steps. Like, I don't know if he hit like the edge of it or anything, and he looked okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm used to seeing Jeff Hardy do crazy stuff anyway, so it's nothing new. But man, that was very dangerous right there. I cringed a little. And he looked like he was okay, and they checked him and everything, and he got back up, and he seemed fine. But man, why didn't nobody move the steps or something? Like, because I don't know what broke the fall. And, I guess it was Elias and everything, but the way he landed, I swear his head bounced off the freaking steel steps. That was very, very dangerous. Which his head did hit it, but maybe it didn't hit it that hard or something. But that was really kind of tough to watch. Even somebody told me you're giving this away on free TV, okay? On free TV. So, like I said, I'm used to seeing Jeff Hardy do insane, dangerous stuff anyways, but even I had to cringe. Like, man, he hit his head on the back of the freaking steel steps right there on the bottom one. Like, that was kind of deadly right there. So, other than this very gimmick up match and everything, and they said it was the final chapter, so hopefully we won't have to see Hardy versus Elias anymore. But yeah, that spot was very dangerous. Next, we get comedy with Matt Riddle throughout the night, with Keith Lee walking up to him, and Riddle's talking about this match night. One of us can become the WWE champion, dude. No, we never faced McIntyre. I know you have, but I could be like the Austin Powers thing. The sexy bitch or something. Yeah, I did. Oh, well, I don't know if that was a good one. I give a better accent, bruh, and then next thing you know, the camera pans back, and then Keith Lee's gone, bruh. He's gone. So yeah. Next, Retribution. Mustafa Ali was cutting a promo with Slapjack, who didn't cut that bad of a promo. Talking about he's a weapon for Retribution and everything. And, Slapjack's going to show consequences to Ricochet, which, surprisingly, Slapjack won. I'm almost kind of surprised by that. But then some people would say, well, these guys beating up top guys not that long ago. Now they're beating up these lower to mid-card guys, which they have a hard time beating, especially Ricochet, since it took all of them to nearly get at Mustafa. I know that Dana Brooke came in and slapped Mustafa Ali, because I guess she was looking for Mia Yim from last week, which Slapjack ended up hitting the win. So, Shane Thorne, whatever, at least Slapjack got a win. At least Retribution got something. I know this group is dead and whatnot. We're going to get into more of them later, but at least he got a win. Miz and Morrison were in the ring. Miz TV, Miz promoting his show and whatnot, bringing out Sheamus. As he talked about, Sheamus, you were the WWE champion for like 5 years ago, for like 2 months, and, now your career is a joke. You haven't seen a title since, okay? You just run your mouth saying you're going to do, but you're just losing all the time. Sheamus then, threw his hat at him, and basically he prefers to use hands. Sheamus ended up taking down Miz. He went after Morrison, but Miz ended up hitting him with the Money in the Bank briefcase and then slamming on him several times before leaving him in the ring right there on the ground and whatnot. So, Miz's promo wasn't that bad. And like I said, they're still playing into the whole friendship between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre out there, which is one of the more interesting parts of this show. So, I'm surprised Drew didn't come out for the save for this also. But they ended up taking out Sheamus and everything. Asuka was talking to Lana, talking about they're going to beat them tonight, and I don't know what they're going to go after the tag belts or something or whatever. And honestly, I didn't want to see this match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and Lana. Yes, 2 of the 4 women should not be in this match. First off, both Nia Jax and Lana are just horrible in the ring and just botch machines, especially when Lana pulled down the rope and Nia Jax was late for the spot, which she just basically ran out of the ring. She didn't even, get hit. She just rumbled out, just ran out the ring because she was late for the spot. And even what Lana doing a baseball slide, I think Nia Jax was late, one of the two, on catching and hitting with the other. Listen, this match was bad. It wasn't good. Lana pinning Shayna Baszler is just a freaking joke. Some would say don't be surprised if they go for the tag belts. Here's a question. Do you have anybody for Asuka to face singularly right now? Like, does anybody on this roster on some level against Asuka, or is Asuka beating them already that everyone on this show looks like a freaking J-Bron out there? So, yeah, who do you really have? And there was going to be one person I would have said that was going to go for Asuka, and I'm going to get to her in a second, but they've already messed that up now and whatnot. But, yeah, just what challenges does Asuka really have on this show that they have her going for the tag belts now? Just think about that, and it's with Lana of all people. So yeah, just very bad stuff. That was bad. Sheamus was in the back until Drew McIntyre asked him, you doing okay or whatnot, and he says, "No, I just got hit in the back with a bank briefcase." And McIntyre said, "Listen, man, we're gonna tie the match later, all right? Just come and check on you and everything." Which Sheamus looked a little bit pissed off then, so Sheamus could be turning on him soon enough. So we'll see what happens. The New Day was in the ring. Kofi Kingston congratulating Xavier Woods, which he will be a host. And I'm surprised they brought this up on TV, but he will be a host on G4 TV, in the revival of G4 TV and whatnot. Which, Woods thanked everyone who supported his YouTube channel and buy his merch, because it's all about video games and whatnot. Up, down, down. And, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I will say this about, I know it's a little bit off topic of wrestling, but I know what G4 TV is, and I made a video about it, about them coming back. That's cool for Xavier Woods becoming a host on there. I don't know what channel G4 TV would be on. I've seen a couple of the videos they've had in revival lately and bringing back the old hosts. Listen, I used to love G4 TV back then, okay? I was there until they, until they went out of business in, 2013, I believe they were done, and that they've now came back, 7, 8 years later. G4 TV used to be the shit. It was about video games and whatnot at one time, or G4 Tech TV, or however you want to call it. The problem why G4 really failed back then, if I remember, when you play marathons of cops and cheaters and you basically take out of all your original programming. You can go look this up online if you want. That's why the show failed, because I used to love G4 TV. I did, a lot. And I probably will check out the revival and everything. I miss X-Play and Attack of the Show. And there was only 2 last things going on until, they ended, and then the show just lost itself and became another Spike TV and whatnot. Because, like I said, they got rid of all original programming. And I like Ninja Warrior, though. The original Ninja Warrior, before America got it, the original Ninja Warrior was the shit, alright? And other shows. But, like I said, playing Lost and all that other stuff just did not help the channel, and it just made its demise and whatnot. So I'm glad Xavier Woods does have a job with them, and he will be a host on there and the revival of the network. So I just want to say something about G4 TV, because I like G4 TV, and I'm glad it's coming back. I never thought I would see it come back again, and I was surprised it is coming back. But hopefully they can do it right this time. Because even I said many years ago, they could have made a gold mine with all the stuff, especially going on with everything right now. I guess you could say in the world of gaming and Twitch channels and all that stuff, they could have capitalized on a lot of that stuff back then. And now they have a chance to, from tournaments and all that. There's a lot of ideas you could throw around with this. But that's my little quick thoughts on, Woods and G4 TV. Because I like G4 TV. So I'm like I said, I'm glad it's coming back. And I just want to say a little something about it. But moving on, Kofi Kingston talked about the Hurt Business, how they've beaten them, and how many wins they have over them. Until, MVP pointed out that the referee raised their hand, so we got 2-2 over y'all, wasn't. Cedric Alexander was out there talking and getting in the ring. I'm going to show you what the Hurt Business stands for. You and your little G4 TV, pray that you got that gig and everything, because you're going to need it and whatnot. Which Cedric ended up taking a cheap shot at him then. Woods and Cedric, not a bad match, let me say that, given just a little time they had, but still not a bad match out there. But yeah, yeah, basically a good match between Woods and Cedric, which Cedric got the win over Woods and whatnot, hitting a lumbar check, so not a bad match for a little time that was given. But, one thing to point out was Cedric kind of walked up to the stage, basically talking about how he did it. MVP and Shelton Benjamin looked kind of confused while, Woods walked up on his own and whatnot. So they were kind of confused by that. AJ Styles was talking to his giant bodyguard, Jordan right there, until Matt Riddle showed up, talking about the triple threat. Calling him Skipper again. You ready to do this, Matt? Skipper and everything, and you know, um, you gotta catch a carrot tonight and whatnot. I guess Skipper is a rabbit or something, which his bodyguard pointed out that the Skipper is the name of Matt Riddle's rabbit and everything. Styles said he didn't have no time for this. Like, I already told you not to talk, man. Stop talking, all right? Don't talk. Basically, then we get to the triple threat match between AJ Styles, Keith Lee, and Matt Riddle to get a shot at the WWE title at TLC. Very good match, probably the best match on the show, which I feel like I knew who was winning anyways. Once again, at least Keith Lee didn't take a loss, even though he was not involved, and take loss, and Riddle was. But a very good match between all three of these guys. I know Riddle hit Lee with several knees and whatnot, final flashes, until Styles ended up hitting a phenomenal forearm onto Matt Riddle, picking up the win. So AJ Styles will be the next challenger for the WWE title and whatnot. Miz and Morrison talk about they had a strategy, to put a wedge between Drew and Sheamus, but it is backfired. That's why they have a plan and everything. And they put out all the facts, but they don't have a plan, no. Next, Reckoning, Mia Yim went against Dana Brooke, and by God, this was bad. First off, I would have said that Reckoning could have been the one to go after Asuka for the title, but now I must take that back now since they had Dana Brooke beat her, which looked very, very dumb. Especially, it's Dana Brooke of all people, okay? Dana freaking Brooke. And she lost to her. Listen, I've already said Retribution is dead, what's been dead and whatnot, but now this is stupid, okay? It's Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke. Why? Why? Tell me why. Why? I don't know, man. If I ever get to the end of year review of this whole thing, I will say this right down, that Retribution has maybe one of the biggest creative failures of this year in just wrestling in general. Maybe not WWE, but just wrestling. Because I don't know where else they can go from this. And, Mustafa Ali's yelling at Reckoning and whatnot, Mia Yim, and she couldn't even beat Dana Brooke. I got no idea what's going on with that. I don't know. Miz and Morrison brought AJ Styles and him a pie, which wanted to help. Styles said, you just want my help, cash in the Money Bank contract. He said, I'm good to help you, okay? Because, Miz, that's nice and everything, because it'd be easier you to be at TLC than it is McIntyre, which they had the pie then left, and apparently it was cupcakes, so it's not even a pie. MVP was talking to Matt Riddle. MVP basically told him enough to rambling, you sound dumb and ridiculous. Riddle started talking about, I don't know, bro nuts or something, until MVP pie faced him. Then Riddle got up and Bobby Lashley took him down with the Hurt Lock then right after that. Sheamus talking to Keith Lee and talking about he might just turn his friend tonight. Basically, in the main event, though, Drew McIntyre came out for a promo talking about, you've seen the fear of his eyes when Roman Reigns at Survivor Series went on. Basically talking about his challengers tonight and Miz and Morrison. He's sick of them. That the only thing that's keeping Miz relevant right now is the Money in the Bank, which is actually true. And, him and AJ can have a phenomenal match. Keyword phenomenal and whatnot. But in the main event between Drew and Sheamus versus Miz and Morrison, which I feel like I just seen Drew and Miz and Morrison too many times now, the match was whatever, but it ended up in a DQ anyways. AJ hit a phenomenal forearm in the ring. Miz and Morrison, just start hitting their finishes on McIntyre then, Starship Pain, which AJ's bodyguard ended up handing the Money in the Bank to AJ. He tried to cash it in. Miz took it back then. And, they were trying to cash it in, but Drew got up, hit a Claymore kick onto Miz, took out Morrison, went for AJ Styles, but AJ Styles ended up going over the ropes onto his big bodyguard shoulders, Jordan, which was kind of funny, though, as he's yelling at him. Drew, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. And Drew says, bring it on and whatnot, as AJ is being almost carried away by his giant bodyguard to end the show, okay? Other than maybe the WWE title part of this, yeah, the rest of the show was just very, very bad. It was not good. It honestly just sucked, okay? I just don't really have much to say good about it. Retribution is dead. The Orton thing, I just don't want to see an Orton and Wyatt match again. The women's division is a joke. I don't know what's worse, the singles or the tag ones, but given who's involved, most of it sucks in general. Retribution, dead. Yeah, it's Symphony Destruction match, whatever. But hopefully Jeff Hardy is okay. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about Monday Night Raw tonight. This was bad. This was very bad. So yeah, this was not a good show. Not good at all. Okay, like I said, it's not much I can really say from this Raw tonight, other than not being good. Listen, I could come on here and maybe talk about the Mike Tyson fight. That'd be more at least interesting to talk about than what was on this show tonight. And whatnot. Okay, the Tyson and Roy Jones fight, which is actually pretty good. I did see that pay-per-view on Saturday. I only saw that in the Jake Paul and Nate Robinson fight and whatnot. I saw a little preliminaries, but I want to see what this whole Robinson Paul thing was gonna go. And say that one thing, man, Robinson got knocked the fuck out. I'll tell you that. But yeah, the Tyson fight was not bad though. Tyson is still a beast and not to be fucked with. Okay, his speed is incredible even at this age also. But like I said, that's all I got to say about Raw tonight. Just not a good show. Probably could talk about anything else if I wanted to, but yeah, that's all I got to say. So yeah, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hoodie9890. Tell me what you think about Monday Night Raw, since we are billion the TLC now and everything. Hey, playing clips of Drew getting to the WWE title is more better than this, okay? So yeah, tell me what do you think about this show tonight. Other than that, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.